Hello everyone. Today we are going to look at verse number 1 from Dhammapada. Dhammapada is the collection of verses from Lord Buddha. So, first, the story behind the verse. On one occasion, a monk called Chakubala came to visit Buddha at the Jetavana monastery. One night, while walking up and down in meditation, the monk accidentally stepped on some insects. In the morning, some other monks visiting Chakupala found the dead insects. They thought Chakupala is killing insects and this is not right, so they reported this to Buddha. The Buddha asked them whether they had seen Chakupala killing the insects. The monks answered this in negative. Then the Buddha said, "Just as you had not seen him killing, so also he had not seen the insects because he is blind. Also, he has already attained arhatship and could have no intention of killing and was quite innocent." So, the monks asked that why Chakupala was blind, although he was an arhat. Then the Buddha told the following story. Chakupala was a physician in one of his past existences. Once he had deliberately made a woman patient blind. That woman had promised him to become his slave together with her children if her eyes were completely cured. Fearing that she and her children would have to become slaves, she lied to the physician. She told him that her eyes were getting worse when in fact they were perfectly cured. The physician knew she was deceiving him, so in revenge he gave her an ointment which made her totally blind. As a result of this evil deed, the physician lost his eyesight many times in his later existence. In his later existences. Now let us see what we can learn from the story. The monk was practicing meditation while walking. This means meditation can also be done while walking. Killing of the insects by the monk was counted towards him because it was killing of the insects by the monk was not counted towards him because it was by accident and unintentional. On the other hand, if it would have been done intentionally, then it would have counted towards the monk. This means our intention is primary and is deciding factor of the karma. Chakupala had attained arhatship. So, arhatship means when all the defilements and attachments are released from the mind and the person is freed from rebirths. Defilements like anger, hatred, greed, jealousy, passion, etc. Attachments like desire, attachment to objects, people, etc. Arhatship can be attained by us in this lifetime if we practice meditation and Buddhist teachings sincerely in this lifetime. This means we can break free from the chain of rebirths and the corresponding suffering. Chakupala was a physician in one of his past existences. This means that we had past lives and we also have future lives. As a result of the evil deed, Chakupala lost his eyesight many times in his next lives. This means that we have to redeem consequences of the negative intentions and karma in our next lives. The result comes back in multiplication because Chakupala made the woman blind only once, but he lost his eyes many times in future existences. So, this is all what we can learn from the story over here. Actually, I tried to, make some notes and write down everything so that, I do not miss anything and I can, this is for self help and this is for something, if you do positive in your free time, so this has a positive impact on you, and something which you do of is of benefit. So now let us look at the verse. uh, Verse 1: all mental phenomena have mind as their chief. They are mind made. If one speaks or acts with an evil mind, suffering follows him, just as a cart follows the ox which is attached to the cart. Looking at the first part of the verse, all mental phenomena have mind as their chief. They are mind made. This means all mental phenomena, for example, happiness, anger, hatred, joy, lust, passion, aggression, desire, wisdom, judgment, fear, etc., everything, all these are made up of mind. Looking at now, let's look at the second part of the verse. If one speaks or acts with an evil mind, so evil mind means the mind which is filled with anger, hatred, revenge, jealousy, etc. So these all are evil states. These are all connected with suffering. So this is our evil mind. Looking at the third part of the verse, suffering follows him just as a cart follows the ox which is attached to the cart. Meaning, wherever the ox goes, the cart follows the ox without exception. Here, the cart is the fruit of our bad intentions and evil mind, which is attached to us, and we have to redeem without escape. It is attached to us just like the cart is attached with the ox. Now, we can also apply the verse to the story over here. Because Chakupala acted with evil mind, a mind filled with anger, revenge, hatred, he got himself attached to suffering and had to lose his eyes in many of his future existences. We can look at the Buddha and his teachings as an example for us to get inspiration, to follow him, to follow his teachings, practice meditation, exit the rounds of rebirths, and exit suffering. Buddhism is focused on exiting the suffering. We can also see that how powerful is meditation. Buddha was a normal person just like all of us, but he gained wisdom, knowledge of the complete truth. He purified his mind of the defilements and was able to exit rounds of rebirths and the corresponding suffering. He was able to do all this via practicing meditation. Therefore, we must follow the trailblazer, we must follow the light, we must follow Buddha. We must commit ourselves to Buddhist teachings and practice meditation so that we can exit suffering. Also, we should use meditation to help ourselves when we are struggling with mental issues like stress, anxiety, anger, etc. Meditation helps in all this. Major cause of many of the diseases is stress. So I try to extract as much as as much as possible, I could do from the first verse. I really like this verse, and it has a lot of teaching. So I had made some notes, and so this was all about the first verse. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.